Keep it hoop back with another video, guys. So Markelle Fultz is averaging over 20 points per game so far in the season and led the Magic to another win last night after being considered a bust and having a lot of mystery surrounding him. The former #1 pick is off to a great start, and at just 22 years old and coming off of a nice contract extension, Fultz's career seems to not only be back on track but trending towards a very positive direction. Before we get started, guys, make sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment. It'd mean a lot. We have a lot more NBA content coming up, guys, so stay tuned and check out and follow our social media pages: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. The links to those will be underneath in the details section. So Fultz had a 26-point performance last night, and that puts him at 20.7 points per game, 4.3 assists per game, and 3.7 rebounds per game on 49% shooting and 16 shots a game. All of those besides the assists are career highs, and you love to see it, right? Again, he was labeled as a bust, and there were questions surrounding his shoulder injury and if he'll ever be even close to the player we thought he could be. Well, this year, and I know it's only 3 games, but he looks really good. So let's take a deeper look at his numbers before we go into the tape. So we have the season averages so far, and the big takeaway is that he was doing this, the numbers we talked about, in 29.7 minutes per game. So let's compare him to Jason Tatum as a reference. I know the Magic may want to keep his minutes down because of some of the injuries he's had, but Tatum was drafted in the same year and he plays 35 minutes per game right now. So let's look at what Fultz's per 36 would be as an estimate of, how good Fultz might be if he's fully unleashed and is able to remain healthy. And look, I know per 36 isn't the best or the most direct translation of what a player would do if given the minutes, but for this sake, let's just take a look. So Fultz's per 36 this year is 25 points per game, 4.4 rebounds per game, and 5.3 assists per game. That's borderline all-star for a lot of guys, and you can look even deeper into the numbers and see why he is playing so well this year. One of the biggest reasons, though, is the usage rate. With DJ Augustin gone, there's a lot more opportunities for him to handle the ball and make plays. And with Isaac also out this year, there's a lot of shots left on the table. His usage rate is 28.8 this year, and it was only 21.4 last year. And he's doing this in 2 more minutes per game, right? So you just look at those 2 things. More opportunities, more minutes. The stats are naturally going to look better. Also, and we'll see if he can keep this up, but the shooting percentages have been very good this year so far. He is shooting a career high 49% from the field, and before this his career best was 46.5 last year. And even with him only shooting 25% from 3, he's shooting a great 53.7% from 2, and that is helped by a 66% shooting percentage from shots 0 to 3 feet and 60% on shots 10 to 16 feet. And possibly even more impressive than all that is this 92% free throw percentage. His career high before this was 73%. And for his career, he was only getting there 3 times a game, whereas now he's getting there 4 times a game. And we talked about this before with other videos and just going over the elite scorers in the league. But you have to be able to get to the free throw line if you want to remain relevant, if you want to remain a good scorer in the league. And he's doing a better job of that this year, and we'll see if he can keep it up. Another interesting stat, though, was that only 9% of his 2-pointers are assisted on. Now, you can look at this as a negative and say maybe he's not getting his shots in the flow of an offense, but it's also very impressive because it does show you that he can get his shots whenever he really wants. There are definitely things to keep an eye on as well. With the added responsibilities, he's now averaging 2.7 turnovers a game, which isn't a great ratio compared to the 4.3 assists per game he averages. And the free throw percentages we just talked about, he only shot 70% during the preseason, which wasn't long ago. Also, both the scoring numbers and free throw numbers may be a little inflated since he just went 7 of 8 from the line the other day, and the last 2 games have been against the Wizards, who so far have not stopped anyone. That being said, I do think that both the minutes and the usage rates are a good indication that he will continue to get more opportunities, and if his free throw percentages can remain on the higher end, along with the good percentages in the paint and in the mid-range, we could see Markelle Fultz continue to have a really, really nice season. So let's finally go to the tape and see exactly what has helped propel him to his hot start. We're going to take a look at his latest game in which he scored a career-high 26 points against the Wizards. So Fultz, even if you go back to last season, has become really good at using his strength at the paint. He uses his body really well to either fend defenders off or just jumps right into them and uses his strength. That is something I want you guys to keep an eye on as we let the tape roll here. It's going to be the same thing that we just talked about. Breaks the defense down, uses the screen, and really right there is the one to initiate the contact. And you see Thomas Bryant has already jumped up. So when Markelle Fultz is now able to take his long step and use that patience, he's going to be at a really nice point there to where he's still up in the air and elevating or at his apex when Thomas Bryant's on the ground. So, if you run this in fast motion or regular motion, it looks like it's a difficult shot, and it's not easy by any means to perfect this, but for someone as athletic as he is to be able to again be at the apex of your jump when Thomas Bryant's already on the ground makes this shot a lot easier than it does look. You're going to see him make a three here, and the three-pointer here is obviously the big key to just how good he can be. Knocks that down. He still has a bit of a hitch in his shot, but it's all about the confidence at this point. There's been plenty of players in the NBA who had a little bit of a hitch or a weird form and still were good shooters. You're going to see him again with that body control and strength, able to initiate the contact and forces the defender to run past him. So right here, right, again, he's the one initiating the contact, and by the time he goes up for the shot, Deni Avdia can't contest. He's trying right here, but you see how clear of a look at the rim Fultz is able to get, and you add that with his high release, and he's just so under control again. Uses his body, uses that strength, and is able to get a really nice look off here for an easy two. Similar shot again to the other three, but when they sag off, he's showing the willingness to shoot it, which is a nice sight to see. He uses the spin move right here to keep the ball protected, uses his body. He's able to just get to his spot, and he realizes that he's bigger, stronger than Raul Neto, and just again, the patience and the body control to be able to get to his spot, get off a really nice shot. Really well done there. Again, he's the one initiating the contact and a nice Euro step and change of pace to get to the right side. I will just keep emphasizing that his body control and his strength is a lot better than I remembered. That change of pace right there is really difficult. A lot of young guys, especially guys as athletic as Fultz, like to just go at 100 miles per hour all the time. But if he just puts his head down and doesn't have that control, it's a lot easier to force a charge or a turnover. So a really nice move, good patience and understanding of the defense there by Fultz. This one's just going to be pure strength. He puts his head down, and again, it's sometimes easy to draw a charge, but he reads that Raul Neto is trying to take a charge, and he slows down just before it, making it look like more of a flop. And the strength again to just because like if you see like Raul Neto just bounces off of him, and he was with Fultz, running side by side, and he just bounces off. So again, the strength. And even just the awareness to see that Bradley Beal's not back and the defense isn't fully set up to go right at them. Again, nice move catching them off guard in transition. And this is the last one, but the mid-range shot right he makes right here is really nice. And this is why his field goal percentage, especially from the mid-range, has been so high this year. He realizes he has a size advantage, is smart enough to use that, get to his spot, using his strength, stays on balance, and just a really nice shot using his body and his patience. So you can see the common things as just how in control he is. That comes from experience as well as his strength. And he does look physically healthy. And if the minutes and the bigger role can stay, and if he continues to knock down his free throws in mid-range, then he looks to be in for a really nice season. Thank you for watching again. If you haven't yet, it'd mean a lot if you could subscribe, like, share, and comment. Check out our social media pages. The links will be in the description below. We share NBA news. We go down and break down certain moves, players, plays, and just engage in conversation with people. We've gotten more subscribers and follows, but we're really trying to get this off the ground and take this to the next level. So any kind of support, share, likes, comments would all be appreciated. Thanks again, guys, and we will see you guys soon. Peace.